Good morning, folks. It's Josh from Push to Electrons. I'm here to talk to you this morning about voltages, because everybody likes talking voltages at 4:45 a.m. UPS voltages, the greatest discussion in the entire world. Everybody absolutely dying to talk about. My UPS uses sealed lead acid batteries, which are great batteries, except they wear out over time, but it's not the end of the world. But they run at a voltage range of 12 volts nominal. Now the UPS itself will work within a range of voltages, and I need to discover what that range is, because a sealed lead acid battery, 12 volt nominal, and a 18650 cell, which is 3.7 volts nominal, not the same apples to apples comparison that you can do. I can't just take one and plug it into the other. That won't work. So I have a video here talking about exactly what I need. So looking here, you'll see that I'm going through a discharge cycle, I should mention. And as it goes, and I just put a load on it, it was just a heater is what it was. And as I put that load on it, you'll see that it drops from 27.23 volts all the way down to 19.5 volts, which is not what will work well for my 18650 cells, because 19.5 volts minimum voltage is going to be that's too far discharge for an 18650 cell. So what I did was to kind of play with this and figure this out, and I apologize for the whiteness coming from this direction. I have large screens and I look pasty. You can see here that on this line number 3, this is what the sealed lead acid batteries are doing today. So you can see my voltage maximum, my voltage minimum, and I did set up it's a shunt with an ammeter that's attached to it, and I'm working on getting that made into more of a robust package, which is going to be part of a future video. But you can see I go the voltage range. When I looked up the statistics on the batteries themselves, it went from 13.9 for a nominal all the way down to a 9.5 volts, along with a bunch of other statistics as well. So now my UPS actually puts 2 of these batteries into a 24 volt package with one in a single parallelization of that package. And you can see everything across the top here, everything looks great. However, if you put that same voltage range in with an 18650 cell, you can see that my Vmax is fine right there, but my V minimum goes down to 22.4 volts for the pack, which is 2.78 volts for each individual cell, which is way too low. Now you can do something else like 3 volts even, or even like a 2.7, which gets you in range, but that's really, really low, and I want these batteries to last. So I'm going to put these up at 3.2 volts and just see if I can do something on the UPS side. I'm hoping all it is just take out resistor, put in a new resistor after doing some math. I hope that's the case. If it isn't, then I'm going to have to get in like a secondary voltage sensor and then have a physical cutoff attached to it. I hope I don't have to go that route. That's going to be more complex than I think than doing some math and replacing a resistor. Or better yet, if it was a POTS, that'd be ideal. Anyways, so you can see that that's not going to work. Now I did try some other ranges as well. Like what if I did just a 18650s in parallel? Well, then I get into overcharging the pack, and you know what? 4.53 volts on trying to charge them, I'm going to blow stuff up, and I really want these packs to last a long time. So 7 in series, and then some number in parallel. So I think what I'm going to end up doing is about 20 cells in parallel. So, and as you can see from the spreadsheet here, I went through several iterations just trying to kind of figure things out. Now I also did trying to see if maybe if I went like with a regular 12 volt inverter, or if I went with like a 48 volt inverter, and see what those kind of look like. And as you can see, now there's nothing much else I can say about this spreadsheet right now. You can read along with it here as what I'm kind of trying to do. Now it is an ongoing spreadsheet, so I'm kind of adding to it as things as I go along, so I'm not going to share it out. Although maybe once it becomes more solid, I'll actually share it out at some point in time. But today, not so much. I did do a charging video at the very least. It'd be interesting for folks to see. All it is just a video of going through a charging cycle. And something that's interesting of note here is that the charging cycle goes from its bare minimum, which is 19.5, but the battery pack was at like 25 or something like that. But then it goes all the way up to 27.23 volts and stays there. Now that's important, because what this means is that the UPS will not go through a charge cycle going up to a higher voltage and then drop down to like a float voltage. What this means is that all I got to do is set that high bar. Again, doing some math and maybe changing out resistors, hoping for that POTS. And once we've reached that, it charges it to a float voltage. That means all I have to do is just leave my pack at that voltage at all times. Now, fortunately for me, that pack voltage will put me in at 29.4 volts for the pack. Well, my pack will take up to 29.4 volts, but that leaves me with a maximum voltage of about 3.89 volts for individual cells at the 27.23 float voltage. So that's going to be a little bit on the low side, actually. About maybe half my capacity might not actually be there, but it's a good place to leave the 18650 cells at, because they're going to stay there for a long period of time, potentially years. I'm hoping for 6 months. That is all I really have to say today and tonight, this morning. So have a good day, you guys.